Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Midnight Oil Motorsports. My name's Ian, and today we're going to be, again, working on my 1991 Mazda Miata. If you guys couldn't tell, it's been a little bit since I've posted a video and even worked on this car. Very, very busy. So busy that now I'm in short sleeves and shorts. Outside, the sun is shining, the birds are chirping. I've even got the exhaust fan set up just to get some airflow through here. But it's a beautiful day. Beautiful day, beautiful time. Working on this soon to be beautiful car. We'll see. Today, we are setting up our suspension instead of doing any of the body work. Reason being is because I've got a wide body kit I need to mount. I won't know how much I need to cut out until the ride height's set. I got the wheels and tires on it and everything else. So that's the goal for today. We're gonna end up trying to set up our coilovers, which are a beautiful set of coilovers actually from Fortune Auto. Got a lot of friends that run these, heard a lot of good things about them, and for the price it just made sense. Got a set of ARP extended studs for all four corners, and I'll show you how to install those. Got ring adapters for the wheels, and big reveal here. Actually, you know what? I don't know if it's gonna be in this video or not, so we'll go to the wheels eventually here. But shouldn't be too hard. I know there is probably about a million different videos on putting coilovers on an NA, so I'm not really gonna go in that depth into it. This might just be kind of a me talking video and saying some random stuff, but we'll see what happens. We'll even see if I post this. I don't know. But hey, today, get to go see the doctor and enjoy myself in the garage, since it's been way too long since I've been able to do that. And you guys are gonna come along for the ride. Let's open up those coilovers. So these are all the coilovers that came in the coilover kit. You got two fronts, or no, two rears, two fronts. I remember now, 8K rears, 10K fronts. And yeah, all of them look to be fantastic, built very, very well. I'm very, very excited to get these on my car, even though this will definitely be the nicest part of the car by far, besides the wheels. But let's get our mitts all on these, so don't feel bad when I put these on and get them all dirty. Got a little bit closer look at the kit there. There's your brake line adapters, doodads. You get some decals in there, and then you get the build specs on here and who they're built by and everything else. So cool. Let's get these on the car. And we'll get to the car, even though it's right next to me, get underneath it, and start taking out the old ones. Then from there we can do a comparison compared to the old coilovers on the car, which are a very beat up set of Racelands, and compare to the new ones and see why you should spend more money instead of less money. Yeah, I'll go over why there's Racelands on here in the first place, but yeah, let's go. All right, so let's go over here what we got. We've got an upper control arm, a lower control arm, an axle. This is the rear. We've got our Racelands that are obviously very, 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 very spanked. Very, very, very spanked. And how are they held in? Well, we got a bolt on the bottom, right? And we got, let's go up into the trunk here. Big reveal. We got, oops-a-daisy, you can see up there, got bolts on the top. Now normally there's a cover that goes around this fuel filler neck, but it's obviously off because I replaced the quarter panel. Would have been very hard to do with it on there. So it looks like this is probably just gonna be as easy as undoing one of the bolts on the sway bar, undoing the coil, and then from there the whole bottom of the suspension is going to drop down, and then undo the top, and then we can get the coilovers up, new coilovers up in there, and yeah, hopefully enjoy all what they have and all the benefits they have and everything else. I just realized these have helper springs in them, which is why the back is so stiff. Very cool. Okay, time to work. Okay, so I still have the coilover bolted up on top. I've got this end link all undone and everything else. So here's some things to keep in mind here. One, you got a brake line over here. If this brake line is really short and I end up dropping the suspension, well, it's not really going to be that good of a time, is it? So don't do that. And then the other thing is you got this e-brake cable, but that isn't really too, you don't got to worry about that too much. It's not going to stretch or nothing, because there's plenty of slack on it. But you really got to worry about this this cable, because once I undo this bolt, this whole upper and lower control arm has nothing supporting it. It's just going to drop. So what I could do is I could put a jack underneath here. My jack's over there. I don't want to grab it. This could be a dumb idea, but I'm just gonna undo the bolt, gonna hold this whole knuckle, and then we're just gonna drop it slowly. That's the goal here. Let's get the 17 on here. Okay, so it's a drop down if that isn't seized in there. Well, it's probably not seized in there. It's probably just, you know, corroded in there a little bit. I could probably just kind of take a pry bar and everything else, because this should have nothing holding it on here. It's a little loose in there. Let me see. I'm gonna go get a pry bar real quick, and we're gonna try to loosen that up. Back with pry bar. We're gonna try to this is loose in here. Is this whole suspension still held up by something? What's holding me up here? I don't know, because there's no... Get this up out of here. That's nothing. What do we got here? There it is. Oh, there's something still holding this on. It could just be from all the alignment bolts back there, how they're all torqued down. But still get a little bit of springiness. I don't know. It's a mystery to me. I'm not that smart of a fella, but yeah, this should have just dropped down. I don't know. I really don't want to loosen up this bolt down here to drop the lower control arm. See, that bushing's pretty shot in there. That bushing's actually very shot in there. I probably gotta replace that. Crap. Oh well. Let me try to figure this out. I'll be back. Alright, so here's what I got. I'll move you over a little bit here. There's a hole in the lower control arm right there that I then have a pry bar in, so that I can now take this whole suspension and push down on it. Now the whole thing moves. So now I should just be able to push this down, and I have the coilover unbolted on top now. So I should just be able to push this down, get this on out of here, and there we go. Call that a day. Now I just have to wiggle it out from here. And this beautiful, beautiful raceline coilover is free at last from suffering. Take this over. Almost knocked you over. Sorry. Let's take this beauty over the bench and we'll go take a look at it. Okay, so here's what we got. Got a Raceland coilover from, this is probably 7 or 8 years ago now. The reason why this car had Raceland coilovers, so I was told, was the previous owner, so this is even before me, this has got to been about, this coilover is to be about 9, maybe even 10 years old. It had 2 blown struts when he had gotten it, and struts were about $125 a piece. So a full set of coilovers from Raceland was at the time $295. So he just got all the 4 coilovers. So when you look at it that way, you're not really looking for any super great performance gains, but you want to lower the car a little bit. It works. It does the job. So here we go. Let's take a look at these. So we got a welded, oh, it's got me out of the shot there. Got the welded bottom, it's still in the shot. Welded bottom here. This is its own piece. 10 years old, and the strut, the bushing is still very good. Very, very small shock. Looks like the only way to adjust this is by moving the collar up or down, or moving the spring up and down, which you end up adjusting the spring rate that way. Top piece. This is just a OEM style cast top piece for the for a Miata. Pillow ball. It's pretty shot on there too. But yeah, also non-adjustable. No adjustment. This is what you get. These are dampened way too soft and the springs are way too stiff. It's just the nature of the kind of cheaper coilovers. It's kind of just where they're at, because a lot of guys buying cheaper coilovers are literally just looking to lower the car a little bit and then have no performance gain from it, and maybe just kind of look a little cool. But yeah, I myself wasn't really a fan of these, but after driving them and driving them hard for the past 7-8 years, they've done their job. They've done their job. They did it well. As you can see, time has not been too nice to it. We can see that the rubber boot's been bad. But we can see that actually this strut, I mean, it's not leaking at all. Now, one of the other ones is leaking, which is kind of why I really wanted to do this. But this one in particular, it's pretty good. It's got some surface rust and everything on it, but it's not bad. I'm not saying buy cheaper coilovers, but I'm gonna say 10 years ago, Raceland, I mean, they did a good job. They did. But when you compare that to something like the Fortunatos that I got, and we'll take a quick look at them here. We've got Swift springs. So Swift springs, if I needed to replace these with either a higher spring rate or something else, I can do that. And I can just go on Swift Springs website and I can look up, you know, their standard spring rates, and I can just go and get more and swap them out. We have adjustability, like I've mentioned before. We've got a beautiful, beautiful machined custom top plate. Well, I shouldn't say custom, but beautiful machined top plate. We've got our spring, which is already, let me go over that actually real quick here. Our springs are already preloaded, so we don't want to move this perch. We want to move this perch. This perch on the bottom, all it does is move the mounting on the bottom up and down, which adjusts your ride height. We've got a nice, really, really nice full ball bushing, or not full ball bushing. We have nice bushing on the bottom, and then we've got our whole one-piece lower section, instead of it being welded around the bottom, a spot where it could fail. So that's really the difference you get. Plus, you get the adjustability, and you get correct spring rates, and you get the correct dampening for the vehicle. So it comparing the two, yes, the Fortunatos, I just smashed my finger, that kind of hurt. The Fortunatos are this would be probably about 7 or 8 times more expensive, but the Fortunatos, you can at least get performance gains and you can tune them to what you're using the car for, whether it's autocross or if you're a stance guy, you can slam it out its nuts and still have it ride nice, and you got bump stops and everything else. You got correct spring rates and all that. I probably already said that. Compared to here, where you've got a fixed spring, or a spring rate where you're gonna end up compressing it too much if you lower it. Plus you've got the stock style pill balls, which aren't really meant for the jarring of the stiffer spring, and then you've got a dampener which is really too light for the spring. So this has a lot of R&D in it. This very basic, very simple coilover gets the job done if you're just trying to lower the car. But I'm not just trying to lower the car, I'm trying to drive fast and consume posterior. Alrighty, so we are actually done with the back. Not too bad, not too hard. Now, keen viewers here, maybe you'll see a problem. I'm gonna bring you in a little bit closer. Move my hammer, because that's in the way. Bring you in a little bit closer than that. And we're gonna take a look down here. Yeah, that's it, right there. Our boot is contacting the coilover. That sucks, but when there's a will, there's a way. The thing is this boot is way too far back. In fact, it's probably about, I mean, it's all the way, way back here. You can't even see that. But what I can do is I can just snip this, compress the boot, and then re-tension it, because really the CV axle itself is only about that big, right? The CV joint. So I just need to cut this, move this as far forward as possible, and then reclamp it. That being said, I need to see if I have any clamps, because I might not. And we have to leave it for right now. But if we do, it's, again, not that big of a deal. I just have to go buy some clamps. Probably do on the way home tomorrow. But yeah, there we go. There is one coilover in there, all set up and ready to go. So, alright, so remember, this boot is contacting this coilover. We have got some of these. Here's the Dorman part number on here. They are stainless steel zip ties. We're gonna end up cutting this and then moving this back and zip tying it to the axle. These are just moved really far back, and it's okay if we do this as long as the U-joint is covered. So I don't have any tin snips that can get in there, so I'm gonna use a die grinder, and then I'm gonna use a the zip tie. Let's see that. There we go. All nice and put into place. So that's pretty cool. We got that all said and done there. Let me see if I move the light around here. So nice metal zip tie. Gets that all taken care of. So pretty cool. I don't think I do. The thing that makes it really frustrating too is that somebody, and again this was before me, somebody had broken all the bolts out of the front suspension and replaced them all with these crappy, probably Ace Hardware bolts. Kind of sucks, but I'm gonna have to deal with that as time goes forward. I might end up breaking some and buying some OEM ones, so we'll see. Let's crack into this. Okay, now we're back to the point where all I gotta do is undo the top of this coilover, and I should be able to get this whole thing out of here. A word to the wise: if you are replacing bolts, if you're going to Ace Hardware and you're picking up bolts, I have seen people replace bolts and use the wrong ones. This is a perfect example of it. Somebody had thought they're getting a nice bolt, you know, because it's for a sway bar end link. So sway bar end link sits here, and that thread's on here. I've seen people have, for the same thing, for a bushing that's in here, use a entirely threaded bolt. Do not do that. That will prematurely wear the bearing and the bushing in there, because they'll be walking around back and forth a little bit. The other thing is all of these bolts that somebody had used, and I'm saying somebody because this somebody is not me, even though I've owned this car for 7 years. This is probably my second time taking the front suspension apart, and I couldn't afford to replace the bolts then, but now I'm going to go and buy OEM bolts. You can see on this bolt here, let me see if I can get this in focus. Come on, baby. You see on this bolt here how it's shiny in some places and then rusty in others. The rusty places you can see is where the actual end link itself was not contacting the bolt, which means that this end link is one of two things. It's either bad, which it's not, it still looks very good, or this bolt is too small, which means that the end link, no matter how tight you make it, is going to bounce around in here a little bit, which is why you can kind of see little bits of clean, and then little bits of rust, and little bits of clean, and little bits of rust. That is exactly why. So, if you're going to replace the bolts, make sure you find the exact same size that came out of there. Alright, so I backed you up there a little bit so you can see how this is going to come out. Yeah, I guess some kids strip the top one, so there's a bolt in the holding one of the struts here, so that's pretty cool. Not supposed to be like that, but hey, anyways, so this is all loose now, all free. You can see it very easily moves up and down. Thinking just a little bit of leverage here through something. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe just use the upper control arm. Oh yeah, this one's real easy. Real easy. Push that down. Oh, shoot. Oh man, it might be harder than I thought. Let me get this bad boy out of here. I can't do that either. Shoot. Get it out of there. I shouldn't need to lower the control arm. Ooh, you guys get a show. Now the problem is I can't get it out of the, oh, maybe. Okay, I'm out of the pocket here. Oh, there goes my light. Didn't really need that. There we go. There we go. Whew. Pry bars, best friend. If you have a pry bar, pull works too. There we go. Actually, I think this is the one that might have been leaking. No. Probably the other side. Well, that bushing is shot on the bottom. Wow. Yeah, that's a pretty one right there. Yep. In the trash chute. Fortunately, all facing the outside. Okay, okay. And with that, no way. No way it's gonna be this easy. Oh, come on. Really? It is going to be this easy. I may have screwed up here. I may have put these too short. That is a good possibility. I could have put these too short. I most definitely put these too short. But I made my bed, so I'm gonna lay in it. So it might be a whole conundrum to try to get everything to be where I want it to. I might be slammed to my nuts. I don't know. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna put the bolts I don't want to put in here, so that's fun. And yeah, call it a day. That was a lot easier than the backs. Oop. All right, cool. When you see it, it'll be all together. I gotta charge this GoPro because batteries don't last long in these things. You know, I don't know what the problem is. I think it's I don't know if it's me or because I'm recording in 900K or whatever, but I'm yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, I gotta get you charged. Well, I'll be back. What am I at? 30%? Cool. This is a video. Go see the doctor. Doctor's good for you. As long as you have health insurance, go see a doctor. Doctor. Yeah. Now with that, coilover install is pretty much done. After this, I just have to check ride height and adjust it from there. So, what I think I'm gonna do here is maybe make a second video. I don't know, but we're gonna see here. I still gotta do the wheel studs, and then from there, I'm gonna go and set up the coilovers. So, that'll probably be in part 2 of this video, but need extend wheel studs because the wheels that I got are very, very wide. That being said, if this is the end of this video, then I'm gonna make an outro probably right now. All right, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching me ramble, maybe giving you some tips and tricks. I don't know. If you like the video, give it a like. If you really like the video, subscribe to me. If you don't like the video, give it a dislike. If you want to tell me something or ask me something, throw it down in the comments. Love to hear it, love to see it, and love to see if people are interested in stuff like this. If you're not, that's okay. Don't watch the video. I'm still gonna post it if you enjoy it or not, because it's my video, right? I can do what I want. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you very much. Thank you for being you. Thank you for staying this long, watching the whole video. Probably a little bit longer, but thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate every view I get, whether it's 10 or 10,000 or 10 gajillion. It means the world to me. So thank you. Enjoy your day, enjoy your night. Go out there and work on your car, because the only person that's gonna get your car done is you, unless you pay someone else to do it. Have a good one.